Oh, welcome to the Let's Build series in which I want to build a whole quarter with you. In the previous episodes what we did was to build these two houses here and to make a rough plan of the rest of the quarter and the street flowing through it and what should be placed where and stuff like that. Now in this episode I want to finish off this house here, this tiny little narrow house leaned against the right hand side of this building here, and I want to have a connection to the other building here because since we do have this archway down here, we can't really have a door going somewhere so we could get up into this house. So yeah, I'm just gonna start with the frames here, and for these narrow buildings I'm pretty much gonna do the same like we're regularly doing it with the rest, except wait bad, we can't do that. See, my struggle is right now, if I'm doing the same thing like I did with the other buildings, the floor is going to be here. And since I want to have this kind of fusion going on here into this other house, we either have to place... Oh, will this work? I do think... Okay, let's just do it. I'm just... I don't want to start the next frames for the next level right here on this block and then go up, whoops, like this, because then the houses will look too similar to one another. And this way, by simply doing it like this with this one block more before starting the overhang, you see the cross beams here are on a different level, and therefore it looks completely different. So I'm just gonna go with this for the moment. And I don't think we should go any further than one more story. Maybe we're just gonna make a taller attic. It's just gonna be like this for the roof. Now at these points where we have the wall of the other building, it's not really a problem to make it a little bit broader, because up here we can make the frames like this, so we can use this wall as the wall for this new building instead of just placing the next wall against it like this, and therefore we will end up, or we would end up, with a one block wide house, which is totally unpractical and doesn't look too good either. So I'm going to just fake the frames up here. But what I was trying to tell you is, up here, since there's not any building leaned against our house at this point, we have to make a wall here. So the higher we go with this one block building, the more useless space we have, or basically the more levels we have, where you just have like a tunnel going through the house. So I'm just gonna go for it like this. That's the same reason this kind of space problem. I tend to place these houses from time to time simply to have a little bit of variation, to the contrary of these 3 block, or in total 5 block wide houses. So I like to place these narrow houses here, but not too many because they are simply unpractical. And on the other side, I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. So it's gonna go like this, and here, and then we're just gonna go up here, have the next layer. Just gonna copy the whole thing from the other side, like this. I'm not quite sure. Like at some point we have to build a house here as well, but I'm not quite sure how to go about it with the rest of this area here. We could make... Yeah, let's for one of the next buildings, not for this one, but maybe for the one that's gonna place right here. I'm just gonna sketch it real quick. I'm just gonna make it 5 blocks wide, so with a 5 block wall, so 7 blocks wide in total. And then I want to have another archway going through here, and then I'm just gonna have a little bit of a court back here. So, and therefore I'm just going to continue building another house here, a little tiny house here, And maybe the next house then is going to connect up to the wall so that this is a closed off court area here. But for now, let's focus on this building, this tiny little nice building. Let's see what the roof is going to look like. And the roof on these buildings, of course, is always quite basic. But we still have to take a look if it does look nice in the end. So just gonna place these stairs here. Oops. What happened here? What did you do? Oops, no. Why are you doing this to me, Minecraft? Okay. And I think we should just place corner stairs here and here. And then we're just gonna make a nice cross on the roof. Oops. Like this. And I think, yeah, the next house is going to be once again a little bit taller, so we're just gonna do the same thing on this side here. And therefore I'm not gonna continue this here because there's once again going to be this next house going to be leaned against this. So let's end the roofs here. Any questions about, like, further questions placing the blocks like I'm placing them, or if you have any suggestions or simply stylistic questions or maybe historical questions, then just ask them in the comments. I'm always glad about these questions, because then I can see that you actually care and that you have your own thoughts about it. This is always quite important. Okay, this should be about it for this. Now I'm trying to figure out if I should add these overhanging bits here. Oh, well, yeah, of course I have to. Or basically I want to, because I did the same thing on the other side. Okay, this should be enough for that. And now for the wall material, I think I don't want to use stone again, even though it's kind of the same house. But I do want to use another material that light gray stained wool. This is one material that I almost only use on these houses, on these 3-block wide houses here, because I think that too large surfaces with this clay look simply out of place and stupid. So I'm never really using them if the house is broader, except for maybe if it's covered. I think I have an example over here. If it's covered by, yeah, like this here. There's a lot of frames, so these are just 6 blocks in total here. And there's gonna probably be a little bit of greenery, like a few leaves, just yeah, vining their way up. So this is an exception, but usually I just use them on these buildings. But not all of these 3-block wide buildings are filled with these with a clay. So that's also a variation. Either way, I'm just gonna continue the frames here like this, and then let's see. I think this will be enough. Right. Let's not care about this one here, because as I said, there's gonna be a house leaned against the side. And down here, I just want to have it like that. And just gonna fill that in. Just gonna go to the inside. And down here, once again, okay, I'm once again going to use cobblestone and smooth stone. Oh wait, cobblestone stair, because I want to have the entrance right here. But for this, wait, no, this is bad. My thought is right now, I want to use stone bricks after all. I don't quite like using the same material if there is an archway around, but I want to use this backside of the archway as the wall for this building, and therefore it looks weird if there's a cobblestone block here and the rest is stone bricks. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill it in like this, and then we're just gonna have a little bit of variation up here, and a little bit of randomization going on here. And for now, I think I'm just gonna, yeah, this is a 5-block wide building, so I'm just going to continue building this wall here of the next building and use the same wall here. So therefore, even though this building is quite narrow, at least the first floor is 3 by 3 blocks. The second floor is 3 by 2 blocks, and the third one is, well, 3 by 1. Oh, that's not 3 by 1. That's 5 by 2, and that's, what was that? 5 by 1. Okay. Maths. A terrible. Okay. Now for the floor, this is going to be, we have to save every single space, or, well, every single possibility of gaining space we have. So there's going to be a floor here, and probably here. And then we're going to take the ladders and just move up here. Make it a little bit brighter in here. And this house, of course. Maybe here. I always look for a place. I don't want to place these torches in a position where you can see them from the outside, even if there's a door here. But I don't want to place them right here. Oh, I can't because it's an upside down stair there. But I don't want to place them here because you can see that the fire would pretty much set this crossbeam ablaze. So there's going to be one here. This is the best position because once again it's not going to touch any of the crossbeams. Then there's just going to be one here and one up here, and here we can't really avoid the torch to be seen from one of the windows outside, but that's okay. So I'm just going to close the floor off here, and there we go. And here we need another possibility to get higher. Let's do it like this. That'll be fine. There's always the problem in these tiny narrow houses. They look. I think they are very, very important for the style. Tremendously important to get variation within this style. But at the same time, what am I looking for? At the same time, it's always a bummer because you can not really use any of them of the insides for anything good. The interiors are just too tiny. But I'm trying to get the maximum out of it, so we have several floors, and the first two are even 3 by 3 by 3. And let's just do it like this. Let's take gravel and place a door. There we go. Pretty decent. And there's something, yeah, for these houses with the light gray stained clay, I always like to use light gray stained glass panes. What the, who thinks these names, who makes up these names? Who makes up these names? They are terrible. I'm mostly using the light gray stained glass panes for these kinds of houses instead of the white stained glass panes for the rest of the normal houses, because I think it fits better in with it, and it also brings in a little bit more variation, because probably not everybody would have the same glass from the same manufacturer in the city. So yeah, kind of makes sense to me. Okay, now I'm just gonna take some buttons and place them here. As you can see, I'm once again taking stone buttons instead of wooden buttons as we did on this building. But I'm not gonna use wooden buttons for this building again, because that would be a too predictable pattern to use stone, wood, stone, wood. So I'm just gonna go again with stone, and maybe even on this one, and then use wood again. And now the last thing, I noticed it on the other building as well. I'm just gonna once again replace these logs by using world edit. So 17 is the ID of the logs, and 1712 is the ID of these logs where you can't really see the bottom of it. And I'm using these for the windows here as well, and I didn't realize it in the previous episode that I didn't. Shame on me. And I don't really need any more. I think I did it on this one. Yeah. Okay. And now I'm just gonna take a fence, or basically 2 fences, and place them here. Oops. Some buildings you just simply place fences here to have a kind of stabilizing element for this here. It doesn't stabilize too much, it's just a little bit of an optical upgrade, and you can explain it like it's okay. It has an explanation, it is kind of a stabilization. Okay, we can't really randomize anything about this. Hello? No, we used wooden buttons here. What was I going to... Okay, you can't really randomize it. Yes, you can. Stupid me. If you're doing this and you want to randomize it a little bit, what was that? Yeah, here, brown stained clay. Sometimes it's nice. If it's a bigger surface, you can place it like this. I don't really like it on this building. Let's see if it works out on this building over here. Let's put in one here and maybe one there. I don't like it. Maybe you do. Just try different things out, and if you like it, then just keep it. And if you don't, and I didn't like it right now, then just get rid of it altogether. Okay, now let's close off this here, and let's just place a few more random blocks. Maybe one more block like this, and then let's go about it like that. Alright. And that's about it. So as you can see, this is the same entrance, but still this doesn't look like it's one, and you can already see that the style is completely different to my previous styles, because it's every house on its own would be quite ugly because there would be too many plain surfaces, but since we just put them up right next to each other, you can even make such a weird house here. A long, small, basically narrow house would look very weird if it stands on its own in the world. But if it's kind of fitting right into such a townhouse, then everything's fine in my opinion. Okay, and for the next episode, I think we should about end this episode. We're just gonna continue these frames here for this next building. And this is... Oh, right. In the previous episode, I thought about making like a market stall thingy here. So I'm just gonna take wool, just for me, as a reminder for the next episode. Where's wool? Wool? Hello, wool. Oh, there we go. I'm just gonna take these two. That's my colors for market stalls mostly. And I think we need to get rid of these, and then we're just gonna make it like this. So I know that there's gonna be a little market stall in front of you. Okay, so that's about it. As always, I do think I do think you enjoyed it. Well, I guess we will see each other in the next episode. I would appreciate it. And with that, there's nothing left to say for me, but I've met 64. As always, please rate, comment, subscribe, join the crew, make my main today. See you next time. Bye bye.